How are we all doing? I know it's been a while, but I'm here. Hope you guys are having a good... Sundays begins the week, right? So I hope you're having a good start to your week. For those who still see Sunday as the end of the week, hope you're having a good end to your week. I was really contemplating, but I still wanted to stream because I'm dead tired. I came home just 30 minutes ago. I haven't, like, I'm just... But anyways, no complaining. Yesterday we couldn't stream, and today we couldn't stream the first round. But there's still a lot to be done. So let's quickly get into the games. As always, I want to start with my Ghanaian counterparts. B4. I always have a mind not to take this pawn. I don't even know the lines. All I do is that I don't have the mind to take this pawn. If anything, I'm just going to try and like have a strong center. Though I've always had this mindset that if I play this early, then the whole idea might be b5. So I kind of like try and find different ways to play it. But anyways. So now transposing into known territory. Okay. Black's formation here looks like a knight off. Right? If you've ever played the knight of Sicilian before. Knight c3, rook c8. d4. Do you want to take? Oh, this is so hot. Pushes. In that case, the move here is going to be d5 to try and lock down the position, and at the same time make it difficult for this bishop to do anything. Right? Trading would not also be the best thing because you have this isolated pawn here, and your opponent can choose to do the same thing as you or to just capture with a knight and target your bishop, right? Yeah. So d5 makes perfect sense here. We have a4. Knight to e8. Knight to e8 properly prompts like the moment I see f4. But is it a good idea for Black to be going for such attacks? It's maybe his idea is that he's going to go like f4, f5, f4, or maybe f5, knight d6, then maybe queen g5, then f4. I mean, that's a slow progression, and it could be done. But his opponent prevents him from doing it. That's also fine as well. This Bernard is going balls to the wall. Yeah, so this is a move you normally make, right? When you want to get out of these problems in the future. But this could be a future issue, right? If Bernard is not able to figure that out, maybe a future issue. And that's the current move he made. I don't like it. I don't like it. Again, moving these 2 pawns is normally critical that you move this way, but considering where this bishop is, yes, currently it has no future, but you never know. These positions can change at any point. So is he going to trade, or is he going to play pawn push and then go h5, h4? These are like some of the ideas that he can actually consider. As to whether or not they are good, that is I don't know. Because a move like this, white can just decide that I'll take, right? Because his king is safer and he can open things up. Going this way allows takes. Okay, maybe if you take this way, maybe there's that if you go like g takes f5, maybe there's something to be said about that. But again, there could be ideas of this. You may not be able to open up the position, but I mean, it's something you can consider. Oh, okay, maybe something to be considered. Yeah, because Bernard just seems to be going balls to the wall here. He just seems to be giving it all. I just know that the engine is going to disagree with me heavily. That's I'm not turning it on. Yeah, okay, so now he's actually intending to trade. He's not going to close it up, he's intending to trade. So his opponent might take here. Maybe not, because you weaken this position and your opponent's knight can easily come in here to cause problems. So I don't know. I don't like what Bernard is going for. Engine disagree with me and say black is, yeah, -9, right? Engine will always disagree with me. I've given up trying to impress the engine. Okay. Gestron. Let's go to Gestron. Who's also playing as black? Okay. Wow, was he expecting a Petrov? I guess so. Okay. So that if you're wondering why would you take here just to allow your opponent to play this is the reason. It's a backward pawn, and at the same time you have an outpost, right? An outpost, we look at the pawns. Don't say that. Don't look at this guy and be like, oh, it's not an outpost because the knight can take it. No, we look at the pawns. This square can no longer be defended by a pawn, so it's a very good idea to get your knight there. So I mean, easy developing moves. Rook, bishop here to put pressure on this side. Bishop f5, putting pressure on the d3 square. All these are like viable options that you can go for. I hope you guys are also doing well as well. I know I've been off for a while. Like as in the 3 rounds I haven't streamed. 3? No, yesterday Saturday they didn't play, so just 2 rounds here. Because I streamed round 5, this round 7. So I know maybe you were wondering where I was, but I'm here. I'll be streaming it tomorrow as well. I think tomorrow would be the last day because we have round 8 and round 9. And I'll release the videos as well. I'm recording them. It takes me a while to analyze some of them. Hey Kojo, how you doing? So you're Sicilian Ninja here and you're Kojoaka on YouTube. That's fine. How you doing? Knight f6, queen c2. Like I said, bishop to f5 is the best way to go. This is a very clear weakness you've made for your opponent, and you can do everything to target it. Exactly. So rook, you can double up queen, bring the rook in here if you want to keep on adding pressure on this on these central squares. All are good moves. Sorry. Knight to e1. What's the point of knight to e1? What's the point of knight to e1? Knight, unless he's moving the bishop, I don't see the point of knight to e1. Knight to e1 doesn't make sense. Then I'm not saying that like it's a bad move. Like when you look at this position, knight e1 does not like make any sense. Like what is knight e1 doing? Why is knight e1 necessary? Are you going to play g3, then develop the knight through that square? Right, because you can't even play f4 in the first place. So why knight e1? What are you targeting with knight e1? Then, I mean, Engine Majesty is the best move, but I'm like, I don't see the point behind it. I look too dark. Let me turn on my other lights. Oh boy, slightly better. I didn't like the way I was looking too dark. I looked gloomy, like there's sweat all over my face sort of look. I mean, you can still see the sweat of, I mean, okay. Let's watch the engine disagree with me as it says 91 is the best move. Okay, doesn't say anything about 91. Yeah, 91 is actually a bad move. Engine doesn't support 91. I don't see a rerouting path for the knight that forces knight. That was, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like Kojaka is saying, there's no, why would you bring this guy here? If anything at all, maybe you'd want to bring it here. And again, I still don't like this square. But yeah, it's pretty confusing to me why he would do that. Right, so now the engine is thinking that black is way ahead. And Gershon was already way ahead with this kind of opening that was played. So yeah, moving your piece to a square to taunt your opponent to attack it, and then moving it back. Though yes, you're moving the same piece twice, it does sometimes have its own benefits. And here you can see a very good showing of it. White basically doesn't have much that he can do. Black, on the other hand, can start causing problems, right? The wonderful h5 h4, you know, is the engines that I think like made this whole thing big. Actually, before the engine started saying it, the person who I watched, Ginger GM and Grandmaster Simon Williams, he always kept on talking about h4 h5 or h5 h4, white or black depending, as a very good attacking motif. Not in the sense that it's going to do much, but in the sense that it's mostly going to force your opponent to play g3, and the pawn on this square very much controls a lot. So you notice that h5 h4 has become or h4 h5 has become a very consistent attacking motif, which weakens your opponent's squares and creates problems for your opponent. Like even here, originally this knight was preventing this guy from coming in here, but now you instantly have knight, right? This is the nice square to put your knight if you wanted. Is it even worth it? Like if I get the knight here and the queen, let's say, goes back to defend, is it even worth it to trade my knight for the bishop? I don't think it is. Actually, there is some, no, there's no merit to it. I think before you do something like that, you want to play like queen d7, rook a d8, rook fe8, and then maybe then you try that. Or you can just go queen d7, rook a d8, and then go knight here, because after the queen comes in, you're simply going to take, and after queen takes, this is under fire, right? There's a defender of this guy. Yeah, now it gives tempo, but I'm looking at to try and benefit by winning a pawn, maybe you'd want to go this way first. I mean, I wouldn't be against knight d4 immediately, because like, where is this queen going apart from undeveloping itself even more? I didn't say go back. Oh my god. I right clicked, I never left clicked. And I've not looked at the women's section even once. I'm sure some of them are pissed. I'm just kidding. I just won. But Bernard drew and Jeshon lost yesterday. Jeshon's perspective. He goes H. That means that his plan all along was this F move. No. Wait. Oh wait. I stopped here. Okay. So he did go knight. The queen went back. He played rook AD8. Then his opponent plays A3. Yeah. I mean, A6 is fine, but I think this is usually the best way to kind of deal with this type of idea, because it kind of discourages the idea completely, right? A6 is completely fine. I'm just asking that question, right? Because now your opponent can block out your bishop. It's what I'm thinking about. Or maybe the reason why he went this way is to prevent any entrance of the knight. That could be the reason. So after this, his opponent goes there. Stuff is happening. Wait, why did the queen move there? How did the queen get there? Oh, why there? Why didn't he bring the queen here rather? Sometimes, I mean, when you want to decide where you want to put the queen, mostly how I do it is, where do I want to break, or where do I want to cause issues for my opponent? That's kind of like how I look at it. And I mean, pawn push here, I think you'd want it supported with the rook than with the queen. First of all, because of the treats. So I was thinking here and then this. That way now you have 3 attackers of this square. So that if even queen takes, you have what do you call it? Bishop takes, knight takes, queen takes, and then rook takes, and now you have pressure on the bishop. So that's kind of like what I was looking at there, but he moved the queen elsewhere. Again, not completely bad. Maybe he saw something there. Knight jumps in, and then this move. Right. And now you switch, and now you switch locations, which is like, okay, why did you do that? So then what was the point of coming in here? Right? Again, it's not bad to always fix yourself, but just one move is very important. One move can make or break your life, right? So imagine he was already here, he could make different moves, but now he has to make this move and give his opponent a chance to fix his position, which is what you don't want. Right? If your opponent is on the defensive, you want to keep them on the defensive. You don't want to give them that room to breathe and to make like counterplay against you. So I wonder if he's going for like some ideas like this. Again, this is a bad idea, but try and envision, let's do something like this, right? Again, this doesn't work now, but the point is, with this accompanied with this, there's a problem here, which is another reason why I wanted A3. It kind of makes it harder for your opponent to lock the position, but it's okay. We are all good. We are definitely all good. Give me a second. I think I missed after knight d7, play queen d7. Queen d7. But after knight d4, you don't play queen d7. Queen. I mean queen d7. Okay, yeah. So your plan is to go knight d4, queen d7. You delay taking the bishop. Yes, that's what I was saying. If he had played queen d7 and if he had played rook, if he had played queen d7 and rook e8, the knight attacks the light square bishop and the rook x-rays it as well. Ow. Let's go back. So assuming like the same moves. What was played here? Sorry, queen d8. Let's just assume queen d8 was already played. I'm sorry. I don't get it. Are you saying this? After the e4 push. Okay. Your point, if I'm getting it right, is that the rook is targeting the queen. So it creates a problem for your opponent here, in a sense. I'll play h6. I almost automatically said I'll play h6 here, but then I realized that there's nothing capturing back. So I don't know if I would actually play h6 here. Right? Again, this might just be fine, right? Because you open up more attacks on your opponent's side of the board. So it may just be fine. But I've not really thought about it enough yet. I feel like h6 should be played, but just considering that whole notion of giving your opponent something to come close to may not be like the best. It may not be the best. Funny move. Doesn't work. Does not work. It's a bad idea. He should not play it. But if he does this, this is just going to be like wonderful. I was trying to speed up the whole idea, right? I was trying to speed up the whole idea, but it doesn't work. I want to wait for Jefferson's response, after which I'll look at the other games. So if you're here to see the other players, don't worry, we'll see. We'll go through them. We'll definitely go through them. I'm really wondering how we can make this bishop open up and let this knight take over. I mean, even if we don't, even if we don't, even hey, oh my God. Even if we don't take, our opponent may take himself. So do we just bite the bullet and go this way again? That way, if takes is to happen, then we can take this way. Not easy. I think you should just allow it and use this open file. Okay, still not seeing a move, so I don't stay here for too long. Whoa! The number one in Nigeria and the previous winner are not on board one. Interesting. Callistus versus Ikoji. We have a London. I think Odion is now my favorite Nigerian player. I think he is. I think he has been playing white. I think he has been playing this as white every single time. He should be exactly. So at this point in time, that's why I'm like, instead of trying to switch the queen again, just go for the captures, right? But he likes this c3. I already explained why the c3 I don't think is the best, but another thing about the c3, which I didn't mention, is it helps you to do this kind of course, strong opponents will see this, but if your opponent is playing you like he's playing a landing system, this is already winning, right? It creates that kind of thing for you. You can always transpose into the Jobava, but it's fine. And before anybody says that I think I know better than the and I am, this recommendation was done by Ginger DM and Aman Hambleton, right? This is not preferred. Not that it's bad, it's not preferred. And the reasons I'm giving you is the same reasons they gave as to why it's not preferred. So yeah, don't just hear me saying it and be like, oh, he's like, no. Again. But why? I'm pretty sure he's aware of it. You know, as I'm learning chess, I'm beginning to learn that sometimes I don't know anything about him. Like, I've covered games with him, like I've covered games of him like multiple times, because since I started streaming I've been looking at all these games, but I don't have much of knowledge on him. I don't think I've ever played him. No, I've not played him before. Yeah, so I don't know much about him, but all I'm knowing is that now I see him playing these landing structures a lot, unless of course I'm mistaking him for someone else, because the person I'm talking about always plays this c3 move, which I've always ranged at. But yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. So yeah, so what I was saying is that sometimes these positions that people have claimed to be drawn, right, you can study the position better than everybody else, so that even though it's a drawn endgame, you have a better understanding of the position than your opponent, and you can aim for a win, right? Because certain things are noted to be drawish, right? They are more or less like 90% going to be a draw. But if you want to try and study those positions, maybe it's also good for you, right? So I do get that as well. It's like he's playing a drawish variation, all of a sudden he beats you. Yeah. So very quick and simple idea is that here or here, both are fine. You can't put the knight in here immediately. Maybe you'd have to go this way, here, here, here. All these are stuff you can do. But probably we are going to get this. I think there was a time that it was said that Magnus Carlsen always played like the 7th best move on the in the engine's evaluation, right? I don't know if it was, of course I don't think it was the 7th move, but they were just explaining how low he goes, right? So he's playing a position that the engine may claim to be bad, but since you've not met that position before and he has more knowledge of that position than you, he'll beat you there. It's something that he used to do at a certain point in time. Very interesting guy. I was trying to watch his stream with Fabi, but it was not going the way I thought it would go. John Bartholomew recommended it. It was a very like an hour long or something. I think the first 15 minutes they didn't mention anything. I thought he was talking about his how he prepares and all that kind of stuff, but I didn't hear that. I thought I would hear it within the first 15 minutes. But I still will have to finish that video and see if they have any like insightful things to do. Magnus and Fabi were going through their 2018 World Championship game. If you're interested, you can check it out. It's on the Team Liquid. I still will have to finish that video and see if they have any like insightful things to do. Magnus and Fabi were going through their 2018 World Championship game. If you're interested, you can check it out. It's on the Team Liquid channel.